Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I went too far forward on the seat. Yeah, welcome back. So it's been officially a week since I've owned the R6. This video won't come out until I've owned it for like a week and a half, but technically same thing. So we're going to be today discussing why I decided to buy like the oldest modern R6 available. Because if you guys don't know, R6s, they come in 3 generations for the modern ones. If you're going classic, you've obviously got the 2005 backwards. But I'm talking about the 2006 onwards, the actual, you know, modern Supersport frame like I have. Why didn't I go for a 2008 or a 2015? Because there was other models I was looking at, whereas, you know, the 2007 has arguably the worst bottom end out of every generation. It also apparently has the worst riding position because it's still track orientated, whereas the 2008 has slightly adjusted riding position and handlebars, which makes it better for road use. So why did me, a commuter that goes 40 miles a day, decide to get a track bike? That's kind of what we're going to be talking about today. Many of you are going to call me an idiot for my reasoning, but that's fine. So I'm actually used to this now. I have done maybe 200 miles on it, maybe more, in the past week, which is quite a lot. I must have done more than that, because I do 40 a day to and from work, so 40 times 5 is 200, right? Yeah. So it's 200 miles going to work. I've been to Super Sausage, which was like another 40, so I've done like essentially just under 300, we're going to call it that. And you know, my wrist still work. I didn't expect it, to be fair. When I first got this bike and I got back into sport bike position, you know, like my arse in the air, back arched, wrist forwards, you know, oi oi. At first I was like, ow, this hurts, why did I do this? And then after a few days I was like, wow, this is fun, why didn't I do this? And now I'm comfortable. I mean, the R6 is perfect for me. I'm just under 6'2", I think I'm 6'1 and a half. Something, but I round up. I'm sure everybody rounds up. Can you get out my arse, please? I'm going to sit and stare at you in my mirror. Ready? You ain't going to keep up in a sec. Ready? Why do my headphones just disconnect randomly? It's so annoying. Right, ready? Now! That wasn't even full throttle. I pulled back a tiny bit. This is why I love the R6. And my bottom end is worse than a 2008. So, let's first discuss the differences in the generations. So, Yamaha R6 2006 onwards is the first modern sport bike. It also comes with a Yamaha intake, something else, chip control. Although it's still off a throttle cable, it has some sort of electronic chip in the bike that does stuff. Don't know what it does. I haven't looked that far into it yet. But they're miles behind now. You ain't in my arse anymore, are you? Because your car's too slow. Oh, it's so sexy when it downshifts. I need to change the exhaust. You're going to cut across my lane, aren't you? I'm going to allow it because you're a long vehicle. I'm just going to go. Screw you, Mercedes. Whee! So yeah, 2006 was like the main, like the R6 you're used to seeing today. Which is the same as what I have now, just with a 7 on the back instead. So technically I'm on an 06 gen. So... And you know, I've got zero complaints about this. I don't care if it's nearly 20 years old. Me and this bike, I'm not swapping it for the world. Yes, yeah, before something else comes along. But then in 2008, the biggest differentiating factor you can tell by looking at it is the mirrors. They are kind of clipped into the side of the mirror. You're gonna go? No, you're not. Thank you. The mirror's like clipped into the side of the windscreen instead of like on it, like mine are. I'll put a picture up now to make it easier for you guys to see. And they also I don't want to say remapped, that sounds like a bad way to put it. They redid the engine a bit, so the bottom end was a bit stronger. Because I'm not going to say the bottom end is weak on this, but you want to be above 8,000 RPM to be moving properly. Which I'm not going to lie, you don't need more than gear 2 on this bike. Like honestly, gear 2 does 90 plus. Like stable RPM. So gear 3, 4, 5, 6 are really just fuel savers at this point for me. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm at 4,000 RPM right now doing 30. Okay, that's not actually that impressive, but you know what I mean. So 2008, and then it carried on for another couple years and went to 2010. Now a lot of people just think the 08 to 15 is exactly the same all the way through. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong. I did so much research. I did so much research into the R6. I know exactly what each generation does and how it differs. I don't know the colours. But the 2010 had a longer muffler installed, so the engine sounded louder and better. I don't know why Yamaha did it, but you know, thanks Yamaha. I kind of wish I went for the model I was aiming for originally was a 2012, just because I thought it's like a perfect middle ground. You know, not too old, not too new. And then, well, Nath, what happened? Why are you not on a 2010 plus? Well, there's a few things. First off, good luck finding one. Okay, I found two. Okay, one was £7,800, the other was £6,500, and I nearly bought the £6,500 one. And you know, I don't wish I did, because £6,500 got me a blue and silver R6. That had 32,000 miles in an aquapovic, no service history. It was all done by the previous owner. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I kind of see the price. Kind of, you know, I understand. Why I'm on a 600cc and I'm sat in traffic just watching this guy, but I'm not going to overtake. I feel like relaxing on the way home today. I'm not in sport bike mode. And there's a 20 coming up, so these guys are going to get pissed off at me when I go over speed limit anyway. So yeah, it was just a bit too much. And then there was some 2013s, 2014s on Marketplace, and they wanted like £5,000, £6,000 for their 2014 that looked like it had been dragged through a hedge and stolen 19 times. And then you get to the really beautiful year. By the way, good luck finding a 2011 or 2010. Couldn't find a single one, don't know why. And then you get into like the really beautiful years of like 2008, 2009. Now these are the really sought after ones. They are like the best R6 generation, confirmed by everybody apparently, is the 2008, 2009. Because as I said, the better bottom end, the better riding position. It looks nicer in my opinion, with the mirrors clipped into the side. It's got just a few cosmetic changes really. Come on R6, come on! Whee! I was in gear 3, that's why. Or was I? Hang on. Yeah, I was in gear 3. So now that obviously begs the question, Dave, why are you not on a 2008 then, if that's the better year and you think it looks better? You know, I don't know. No, not too sure actually, because the 2007s, 2008s are very similar price ranges. But it is the difference of buying a beaten up 2008 model to a quite well maintained 2007 model. And for the price I got this for, you could not beat it. It was just impossible for me to find an R6 that was worth putting that extra money into compared to this one, really. It was very hard for me to find anything. And that is mainly just because the R6s, they're not worth that much actually. It's more of a Yamaha discontinued this bike, time for the prices to skyrocket. And also, R6 at 18,000 miles, you know, this bike has either had the miles wound back, which it has when I checked the MOT history, or, to be fair, it could have still been wound back and I just didn't know. But yeah, it is a lovely bike. I'm honestly, why did I shift up? I'm terrible at riding. I'm glad I went for this generation, to be fair. The only mod this one has is a tail tidy and a double bubble windshield. That is it. These indicators can't be stock, because if they are, they're a disappointment. But that's pretty much why I chose this R6. You just low miles, well looked after. I got it from a dealer as well. You just can't beat it, and I'll definitely be going back to them as well, because you know, they proper looked after me. I was in Portugal when I paid the deposit for this bike, and I was like, look, I really need you to hold it, because that's like my bike. I need it to be my bike. So I paid the deposit, and then I paid for it when I got back, and I picked it up, and we're all happy. So Yamaha R6, brilliant bike. So that's why I chose the 2007. It was all about the money, really. My insurance price did not change between the 2007 and the 2015. Age was not a factor in my insurance price this time. But yeah, so moving on is, you know, after a week, how do I feel about this bike? You know, like, would I choose it again? Yes, I would. I went to Super Sausage last week. There's a video that I think already came out on it. I'll have to check. No, actually, I think the video's coming out after this one for some reason. I made a funky schedule. Okay, let's go. Whee! Ow. Yeah, so I went to Super Sausage and I kind of parked my bike up and went for breakfast, and then after we had a walk around all of the bikes, and the only bike that kept catching my eye was my R6, which I think is when you know that you bought the right bike. I think that is the perfect way to describe how I'm feeling about this bike. Is even though it was sat with about 50 other bikes, I still kept going straight back to mine with my I-line. But I have got to change the exhaust on this. That is a must. The exhaust needs changing, and you need to do some accelerating. Like a lot. Are you okay? You're going off here. I knew it. I knew it. I predicted that. And I have a car up my arse again. How? Okay, a cyclist on a blind corner. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We can share the road. But yeah, all these cars coming out of nowhere. I can't actually recommend this bike enough. Well, I feel like it is a perfect middle ground. Like, it's not too fast, but if you want to go fast, like illegally fast, lose your license, end up in prison for the rest of your life fast, you can, and you can look cool while doing it. So after a week of owning the R6, I think I can successfully say that I made a good bad decision. I bought an R6 as a commuter bike to go to Portugal on and live my life. And I don't really regret it yet. I might in a year, but now I'm happy. But I would say I do want to get like some spare bike, not spare bikes, that makes me sound well minted. You know, I just got a spare bike hanging out in the garage, you know. That's really not me. I'm on about like a second bike to have some fun on, eventually, not now. The R6 is plenty for now. Sometimes I just have to relax my wrist, which you can do, but I'm not even holding the throttle right now, it's like my thumb and finger. You don't need to have your whole hand on the grip. Look, if I do it right, there you go. Look, and you can still accelerate. But the bike is just so well balanced. So if I do need to rest my wrist or my palm, I'll just let go for a bit. Oh, God, I keep sliding forward on the seat. Okay, my turn. That was a bit aggressive, Nath. See, it only really gets up to speed once you're above like 8,000. Which is, you know, I think where the R6 has its downfall is its low end torque is not great. Comparing it to like the other 600cc's, I mean, I'm pretty sure the best one is the ZX6R or the Gixxer 600, but you just can't beat R6. You just can't. It's like illegal. Like, there is a law written out that says R6 best 600cc. Nobody knows why. Have fun on it, and it is fun. Although, you know, I'm kind of. When I got on the R6, it shit me up at first. I was like, bloody hell, this is too much bike. And now that I've got used to it, I'm like, this is a good amount of bike. And now I want to try an R1. I want to know what really too much bike is. Because the R1 is too much bike, let's be honest. Now, who needs 1,000cc on 180 kilogram weight? That is just asking for death. And that's what we're going to do in a few years, bearing in mind probably like 4 or 5 years away. But it's a good sign, guys. I mean, we've been doing this channel for 2018, I think we started, so 2019, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're going for these, I think we're going 6 years. Oh my god, we have been going for 6 years. So, you know, we're like the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. I'm going to give you guys another 5 years of content. And we will, I'm not going to finish on the R1, let's be honest. I'll still be doing this when I'm 40 with my Discord server. I don't know why. This is fun for me. You know, I probably should save on fuel, to be fair. I'm like down half a tank already. Probably have to give 4 or 5. Yonk! This bike is just so easy to turn. I don't even know how I'm turning it. I just say, I just like thinking in my head, I'd like to turn, like, I'm not even trying. It just knows. It just knows. I don't know how my body does it. Does somebody know the science behind how a bike turns without you physically turning it? Because I am sat still. I don't think I'm doing anything to influence it with my feet. But let's have this corner here. I'm not doing anything. Okay, that time I kind of lent my body a little bit, just naturally. Okay, maybe it's just in the body leaning. Let me check. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. I just lean my body by itself. Whee! I love my R6. Never ever going to get rid of it, to be honest. What we might do, guys, if we do end up getting a new bike in a few years' time, like an R1 or something, I am thinking really far ahead because we are on this R6. That is going to be a crash. I'm keeping this bike forever. This is going to be my, like, flex. This R6 is going to stay in my garage forever. I'm never giving up my 18,000 mile R6, nearly 19,000. And, you know, I don't think I have to get heated grips on this bike either. For one main reason, the R6 runs so hot sometimes. Like if I go sit in traffic, it'll heat up to like 100 if I just sit there revving it a little bit. And then it's the fans kick on, it blows all the hot air out onto my legs and up here. So who needs heated grips? You know what's really funny? Yesterday, well, the other day, I did make I was recording, but I didn't turn it into a video because I thought it was terrible. I went out in just a hoodie. You know, I proper squidded it, okay? I'm sorry, guys. I went out in a hoodie, I rolled my sleeves up, I put my short gloves on, and I went to town on my R6. I went to town, not... I went physically to town, I didn't go to town on my R6, you know what I mean. And every biker that I nodded at on the way just gave me a look of disappointment. And now I feel too scared to go outside without any bike gear on. I was in boots. The only thing I didn't have on was a jacket, which, to be fair, I don't think this jacket's going to do much if I crash, so I need to buy a new one. I need to get some fancy ass levers is what I need. I need an Alpine Star. I would love to have like an Alpine Star suit, like the two-piece where it comes apart, because I feel like if I was in leather I'd look like a hunchback in a month, because it'd be far too tight. But if I buy something and it comes in the wrong size, I can't be bothered to send it back, so I just wear it anyway. That's terrible. I have got to stop putting on my rear brake when I corner. That is going to actually make me come off someday. I've got to stop doing that. Oh, do you know what I really want to do to this R6? I want to get the 2020 Aquapovic Raceline titanium exhaust full system and put it on this. It will technically fit. The headers are the same and the exhaust is the same. So if I get that 1,500 quid and put the system on, I just need to find a way to, I don't think the exhaust like holster, you know the bit where it's like screws into the bike above the end can, I don't think that's the same size. So I can figure out something there. But would you guys like to see a 2020 Racing Line Aquapovic exhaust be put on the oldest R6? I say the oldest R6, I'm talking in terms of modern. It's amazing that they never really changed the R6 at all. It's the same 2020 is the same as 2006, let's be honest. Why do I always choose to go through town? It's always the slowest way. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy our conversation about what the different R6s are and why I got the one I did, and you are looking forward to more content, make sure you subscribe. That is my biggest indicator that I should keep doing this, and the channel is booming. Okay, it is booming right now, and I am so happy about it. The R6 content is working wonders, and that means content is going to start speeding up, and that also means that I'm going to start going to HCAF more. Why does nobody not back? I don't work too far away from HCAF, so it's actually easier for me to go on a Monday night now. I'm just so lazy that I don't. So as of like, I guess when this video technically comes out, I mean today is Monday and I could be at HCAF. I mean a week today, so this video is coming out on Saturday. So technically in 2 days I'll be at HCAF bike night at about 6. So feel free to come down guys, I shall be there. I didn't even know you were indicated, I didn't look up, I was too busy looking at my dash thinking how cool I am for riding a sport bike. But anyway guys, I will see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.